You make my world a better place.
Yes!
We'll get you walking again soon.
That's good.
Baby, are you there? Doc will be here soon. Get you looked at.
Sandra, a wildlife carer, has arrived at the Bondi Clinic with a little orphan in trouble.
You're going to meet the vet, eh?
Earl, a baby eastern grey kangaroo, was rescued from the side of the road after her mother was killed by a car.
I suspect she's got a broken leg. She went to leap and she fell down on the front paws, and I thought, no, there's definitely something wrong here. So I think it's something pretty bad.
Hello, how you going?
Hi, pretty good.
Yep, we do have a kangaroo in the clinic.
This is Earl.
Hey, Earl. All right, come on through and we'll see if we can help you out.
No worries. Thank you.
It turns out Earl is not here for a social visit. Sandy's driven her in quite a few hours to see me because she's in a lot of trouble.
Okay, what's happened?
She was found on the side of the road next to a dead mum, hit by a car. And she's got a sore leg, so we're here to hopefully get the leg fixed. And so I'll throw myself on your mercy.
Okay. Oh, no pressure.
No pressure? No, of course not.
Okay. All right, let's get Earl the girl out and have a look.
I'm hoping Dr. Chris can fix her, whatever it takes. She's such a battler, and I can't give up on her. There's no way, you know.
Yes, a bit of pain there once I try to straighten that out.
Yeah, and it's probably why she's holding it close to her.
Yeah, exactly.
You really can't understate the lengths that Sandy's gone to just to be seen by a vet to look after an animal that in the country, a lot of people just put down. So she's really taken a chance on Earl, and you've just got to hope that it pays off.
I hope this is the real deal. We've been waiting a while.
Yeah, well, I can't believe she's only one.
I can't believe a visitor saw the mating and told us.
Oh, I know.
Didn't expect that.
At the Australian Reptile Park, General Manager Tim Faulkner and dingo keeper Jules are on a very important mission.
Jules and I are heading down to look at Kala. Now, Kala is one of the park's most popular little girls. Now, she mated with Fred, and he's a black dingo from the Kimberley, very rare. We need to know if she's pregnant. Hello, guys. Hello. Hey, darling, how are you? Hey, Freddie boy, come here.
Hello.
It's fair to say that they've caught us off guard. Dina and Kala, the sisters, are only a year old. Fred's only 2. And whilst they're physically able, we didn't think they'd breed so soon. How are you? Nice to see you too. Give me a kiss. From when they mate to when Kala will give birth, it's only 9 weeks. So now we're halfway through her pregnancy, if she's pregnant.
Come on, beautiful girl.
Door's open.
Good girl.
Do you want to
That's
get
right.
Kala? I'll keep
on.
Adina busy.
Come here,
hey,
baby.
in that way, darling. There you go.
Good girl.
Thank you.
Well
Good girl.
done. Well done.
We got her. We keep the dingoes
girl.
in a pack, just like they'd be in the wild. Now, if we're going to look at one of the dingoes, and today it's Kala, we need to pull them aside because in this yard there's dominance, hierarchy and social structure. And if the other 2 get jealous, that can end in a fight. You want to have a feel around?
Yeah, what do you reckon? She feels a little bit full.
I think she's full. And how do we know if it's last night's dinner or puppies?
Yeah, it's a bit early to tell, isn't it?
I think we need to take her down to the vet.
Yeah. Let's find out for sure.
You ready for a car ride? Do you want to grab the lead?
Yeah, for sure.
The reason we need to confirm she's pregnant halfway through her pregnancy, rather than just letting her have pups if she is because another female, even her own sister, could kill the pups under the wrong circumstances. We need to know if she's pregnant. That's her. Let's go. Say bye to your sister. Hey, you too. See ya, Fred. Look at him looking on. See ya, buddy.
So So apart from the leg, were there any other injuries that you saw in her?
No.
Okay, well, Earl the girl, I need to work out what's happening with this leg of yours.
At the Bondi Clinic, Chris is examining little orphan Earl.
Oh, baby.
Compassionate wildlife carer Sandra brought the injured Joey to the clinic after the Roo's mother was killed by a car.
I want to put her on the ground there.
Yeah.
That right leg there is taking all the weight.
Yeah.
It's really stuck fast there, whereas this one here, there's no weight going through that. She's certainly not comfortable.
When you look at it from behind, it's on a pretty bad angle.
It is. Earl's holding the leg quite flexed up as though that's the most comfortable way for her to have it, and that worries me. This could be a dislocation, it could be a serious sprain, or worse still, it could be a fracture. She's obviously got something fairly significant going on there, and in such a small, fragile little thing, it's always going to be a big challenge for her to overcome that.
Oh, baby.
We've got a really significant structural problem there, and kangaroos are notoriously difficult to treat. Their bones are very, very flexible, almost elastic. So if there is a problem with any of these bones here, they're not going to be easy to fix. What I might do is take some x-rays of her, just so we can assess what we're really facing here.
Yeah.
I guess the thing is, I don't really want to give you false hope if there isn't anything we can do.
Yeah.
But just know we're going to be trying everything we can, because she's already been through a lot.
She has. I'm just hoping that Chris can do something for Earl. I'm just living in hope at the moment.
Earl the girl, I need to work out what's happening with this leg of yours. If I have any fear right now, it's the fact that these x-rays could reveal an incredibly nasty fracture, one that just can't be fixed with any kind of orthopaedic surgery. Looking at Earl's leg right now, it's a possibility.
X-ray!
Wow. Straight away you can see there's a pretty obvious fracture line running through the, kind of like the heel bone, I guess, of Earl's leg there, which explains why Earl is having so much trouble getting around on that leg. I guess the hope with any sort of injury in a young animal like Earl is that you might be able to bandage or splint it, but we have to do something fairly drastic with this, otherwise there's just no chance for her to lead a normal life. Looking at the x-rays, there's one clear conclusion that you can draw. The only way to fix Earl's problems is with an operation. So, what we have there is a fracture.
Okay. Are you going to be able to fix it?
Well, I can't really look you in the eye and after having travelled so far and turn around and say, no, we're not going to try. So we're certainly going to give it a go.
Thank you. I'm never going to be able to thank you enough. You realise that, don't you?
Well, thank me after the operation.
All right.
Because obviously it's a pretty big deal for a little kangaroo.
Yep. I'm scared for Earl, but at the same time I'm hopeful, and I know that she's in excellent hands with Chris, and he's going to do his best possible job because his heart's in it. You know, he wants to save her as much as I want Earl to be saved.
It's a difficult goodbye. Sandra knows there are no guarantees that the operation will be a success.
The real challenge here is that, like her bones, Earl is small and is fragile. You usually only get one chance to fix these guys during surgery. Muck it up, and unfortunately, there'd be no future for Earl.
Hey, Pete.
Morning, Tim.
How are you, mate?
Morning, Jules.
We've got Keller.
Keller.
Keller the dingo.
The dingo. All right. We don't see a lot of those.
Nope.
Not in here, anyway. Not in here.
Tim and Jules have arrived at the Green Cross Vet Clinic in Wyoming with one-year-old Keller.
We've had a feel, and we don't know whether we're feeling last night's dinner or puppies.
All right. I'll have a feel. We'll see how we go. Bring her in.
Tim suspects the young dingo may be pregnant. He's hoping Dr. Peter Nosworthy can confirm the diagnosis.
It's important to know that she's pregnant because we have to plan what we're going to do at the reptile park. She's a good girl. Dingo packs are very complex. There are hierarchies, and out in the wild, females will kill other females' pups.
Just listening to it just
Sound good?
Sounds excellent. I'm going to have a feel of a tummy now, so I might get right up the back of it, Tim, if you go up the front and I'll just hold it up there.
Good girl.
So I know what I'm feeling. I can feel a sack that if it's not a pup, she's got another problem, Tim.
Okay. So you're still doing ultrasound to be sure?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's nice to be confident.
You're going to be a mum. I'm stoked. I'm over the moon. We've got puppies. This is exactly the news we wanted. And not just because we're happy about it, but now we know that she's going to be a mum, we can prepare for that. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, to the left of screen there.
Yep.
You've got a pup.
Is there just one as you thought?
So that's a second one, but it's further forward in the. But you can see the sack. You can see the wall of the sack.
Yeah, there we go.
See that, and everything looks good in here, Tim. All normal development for your time frame, that 4-week mark.
How good's that, Jules?
So we're going to be having hopefully at least 2 pups in about 5 weeks' time. That's pretty exciting. I've been there since they were, this big. So it's quite amazing to see, all the way through. She's going to have pups. Like, it's just amazing.
And everything else looks perfectly healthy?
Looks great.
Okay, well, we'll get her up home.
Very exciting, Tim.
Thank you, as always. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye, mate.
See you, Jules.
I'll carry her out. She's a new mum now.
Yeah, okay.
We don't want to make her walk too hard. Dingoes are one of my greatest passions. In the wild, they're getting a really hard time. Their numbers are dramatically low and they're being wiped off the face of Australia. There you go.
Hi, Mum.
If we were to successfully breed them here, it helps boost their numbers, but more importantly, the little puppies can engage with people and remind people dingoes are good. We love dingoes.
So I'm just going to give this into the muscle.
At the Bondi Clinic, brave little Earl is about to have surgery to try to repair her badly fractured leg.
Okay, you're getting pretty close, aren't you?
During this complicated operation, Chris will be working with Dr. Tony Mossman.
There are 2 things that really worry me about today. First of all, it's the anaesthetic. Kangaroos, and especially joeys, are incredibly fragile. I've learned myself the hard way that you can lose them at any time. Secondly, it's the type of operation here. We don't truly know what sort of fracture little Earl has, and we won't know until we're in there. But I just hope we can fix it.
The little orphan's guardian angel, Sandra, is trying to stay positive.
I'm hoping for an excellent outcome for Earl, but waiting for any animal to come out of an operation is a bit anxious.
All good? All right, all good.
Okay, so pin's in place. It's the right distance in. Let's bring the 2 ends together. Much to everyone's relief, the pin is in exactly the right spot. So now it's straight back into surgery because the clock's ticking. Okay, all done. Wake her up. The pin's done a great job. It's gone right through the middle there. It's stabilised the entire area. And now, with the right mix of rest plus rehab, there's no reason why Earl can't be hopping around in, say, a month or so. Fingers crossed.
You did well, girl.
Oh wow, there's a bit of swelling there.
2-year-old Digger has been rushed into the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH after developing a swollen throat and struggling to breathe.
I think the swelling's right at the back.
Emergency vet Dr. Claire Boland is looking for any clues as to what's causing the kelpie's problems.
Have you eaten something, mister, that you haven't told your mum?
It's really serious when a dog comes in with breathing problems. We only have a few minutes to work out what's wrong, to stop him from obstructing. They can even die really quickly.
Good boy, Mr. Digger.
Digger's devoted owners, Ingrid and Ian, are desperate for answers.
It's a mystery. It really is a mystery as to why he's the way he is at the moment. We love him to death and we just don't know what it is, and we're hoping these guys can help him.
All right, can we take an oxygen reading on him as well? I've had a bit of a look down Digger's mouth and I can't see anything stuck in his throat. I'm going to take him through and have a look with the ultrasound and see if there's anything abnormal there. So he's got this swelling under here, and we'll just have a look to see if there's any fluid inside it.
Bit of a mystery, Mr. Digger.
That area there looks a bit abnormal.
So you think there's something solid there, or is it fluid, or...?
It's not a pocket of fluid, but it could be the start of an infection. Digger's life is in danger. We really need to find out what's happening with him, so I'm going to send him through to our specialists to do a CT scan, and hopefully it'll be able to answer the question as to why he's having trouble breathing.
All right, Sandy, come with me.
Okay,
You look all anxious.
I am.
Well,
You've got a smile on your face.
I do, which is a good sign.
At the Bondi Clinic, brave little survivor Earl is in recovery after the difficult operation to try to repair her badly fractured left leg.
So, here she is. And here's what we've done.
So how did it all go?
It was quite tricky, actually. Rather than being one break, there were actually quite a few.
Oh.
There wasn't much to really put back together. So what we were able to do, though, was drive a pin through the middle.
Yeah, you've done the miracle. Oh, baby. Oh. Thank you so much from both of us. It's amazing. It's truly amazing.
Today seems to have gone well for Earl, but there's only one way to know for sure, and that's with a bottle of milk.
Well, our appetite's fantastic, so that hasn't changed. So.
The way she knows is to hold on to the bottle there, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So, I wanted to see her drink for a couple of reasons. One, because I thought it'd relax her and you.
Thank you. It worked.
But also, I thought that, look, if she's happy to drink and looking relaxed and looking like she's recovering well, then I can't see why you can't make that journey home.
Wonderful. That's excellent, yeah.
But she's still got one hell of a challenge in front of her. So in the next week or two, we'll have to meet up and make sure that everything's healing well.
That would be good, yes.
Now, you just can't question the commitment and the connection that Sandy has for Earl. And so I've got no doubt that over the next few weeks, Sandy's going to be watching her, constantly making sure that every need of hers is met. And for me, that's incredibly reassuring.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure. Been lovely to meet you.
It was lovely meeting you too.
And lovely to see how much you do care.
Okay, thanks.
Safe trip home.
Thank you very much.
I'm certainly relieved that Earl has done so well so far, but she still has a long way to go. And so understandably, everyone's nervous right now.
Good boy. Hey. We'll make you feel a bit better, hey, buddy? Good boy.
At SASH, 2-year-old Digger has a swollen throat and is struggling to breathe.
If something is stuck in Digger's throat, we need to find out what it is so it doesn't become fatal. I can't work out what it is at the moment, so the next step is to talk to Ingrid and Ian and see if they can give me any clues. Has he had any previous medical histories?
About a year ago, Ian noticed this huge lump and said, hey, I think you better take him to the vet. And they put a slit in his throat and put a cone on his head, and we bathed that for a couple of weeks. He was on anti-inflammatories and antibiotics, and when that all finished, the wound started to close over and
it healed up?
Yeah.
If it is related to a year ago, there could be this, any fragment of bone, grass seed or stick just under the skin there, and it can disappear with antibiotics and then flare up again. And until it's removed, you could get this problem happening over and over. If there's something there, we want to find it. CT scan's a good way to find out exactly what it is and whether we need to do surgery on it or not. Okay, well, would you like to come through and see where Digger will be tonight?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be great.
Yep. Thank you. I don't want him to have to go through surgery if he doesn't have to. But by the same token, we're not going to muck around. If he needs it, they have to do it, get it done.
Hello, baby.
It's Mum and Dad.
Hello, Papa. Hello, baby.
Oh, he's happy to see you.
Boy, baby. You'll be right. Oh, I love you. You're going to be okay.
This must be really tough for Ingrid and Ian, saying goodbye to their little boy Digger. He's such a part of their family. I can't give them any answers as to why he's having problems breathing tonight. Hopefully the CT scan will let us know, but there's just no guarantees.
We're looking for little fragments of bone or stick or something like that. It is a little bit like looking for a needle in a haystack.
Later that day, Dr. Steve Fernside is starting the CT scan and the search for clues about Digger's condition.
We're really not sure of the cause of the swelling there at the moment. We're looking for things like bits of twig or bits of stick or a bit of bone that he's chewed, swallowed, and it's gone through the lining at the back of his throat and got caught in the tissues. The interesting thing with Digger is that he had a history of having an abscess or something in his neck about several months ago. So is that tied into the problem now, or is this a completely new problem? It's tantalising to make the connection because it was in a similar area. So we need to try and ascertain whether there's something still there, a focus that could be creating an infection recurrently in the back of his throat. This is Digger lying on his back, and this is the back of his skull. And as we screen through it, this is the area of his larynx, or his voice box, if you like, around the base of his throat. And at this stage, I can't see anything terribly sinister there, which is good. I'm trying to put the piece of this fairly complicated puzzle together, and medicine's like that. It is often a puzzle that you've got to put all the pieces together and make them fit. The good news is we can't see anything too sinister on the scan at this stage. All right, Diggy Dog, let's have a look down your throat. Okay, what do we see down here, Digger? There is... That's really interesting. I've got you, Diggy Dog. I know what your problem is. Okay, yep, I can see what's happening there. I have got what looks like an old injury site. I reckon that's where he had the old abscess, down the left side of his throat here. It's all closed over and sealed up just with scar tissue. Yeah, he's certainly done some damage back there. The problem started when he had the abscess 10 months ago. And what I think is happening is he's got some scar tissue in the back of his throat that's actually interfering with the little valves that animals use when they swallow to stop food going down into their windpipe. And what's happening is that that little valve mechanism is a bit stuck, and I suspect that that's what's causing the problem in Digger's throat.
Further surgery would only cause more scar tissue and make Digger's problem worse. But Steve is hoping a few simple changes will prevent the problem from happening again.
What my suspicion is that we just need to change some of the things he does, like chewing sticks and bones, maybe putting him onto some softer food which are easier to swallow, and just keep an eye on things to make sure he's not having more of a difficulty that we need to address in a more radical way with an operation or something similar.
Good boy. Can you sleep still?
Baby girl. Yeah. There's the food.
Little Eastern Grey Kangaroo Earl is back at the Bondi Clinic for a checkup after surgery to repair her badly fractured leg.
Hello, Sadie.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, how are you? Confusing the dogs, are you?
Yeah.
Look at that. I ain't seen one like this before, have you? No. Yeah, coming through.
Okay.
My big hope is that Earl hasn't been using the leg too much and that the swelling has come down. If we can see a leg that is more comfortable, that is less swollen, then I'll be happy. Has she been trying to use that leg?
Yes, she has.
You're still keeping her very quiet, keeping her off the leg?
Yeah, keeping her off, yep.
And that's a really critical thing. I still think we're probably about another 2 weeks away from her being able to start some very gentle and occasional hopping.
That would be good.
But what I'd like to do first of all is get that bandage off.
Yeah, yep.
Give her a little bit of physio and get her stitches out.
Yeah.
And then just assess where she's at. Because this excites me, you know, that the fact that she's so keen to get going, it's a really good thing.
It is, yes.
So while all the signs look good from the outside, there's no way of knowing exactly what the injury is doing on the inside of that bandage. Okay.
How's it looking?
Looking pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Size is good.
Yeah.
Because we are keeping this leg restricted, we need to make sure she doesn't lose the mobility in this leg.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to gently lift that up. And you can see that band there starts to tighten.
Yeah.
So we'll just give that a little bit of tension and release it. Much like a human physio does, what I'm trying to do here is just flex up that leg of Earl's, hold it for 10 seconds, and then release it. By doing that, you start to loosen any tight tendons that might have developed. So that is progress right there.
Yeah.
But to truly know just how much progress we have made, I do think we need to take an X-ray.
Okay.
We'll get a good idea about how that bone's mending, whether it's managing to form the callus, I guess the bridge over those broken fragments.
Yeah.
And from there, I guess we'll have a really clear idea about how long it is before we can get Earl hopping around.
Okay.
The surgery that Earl went through, we hoped it would be textbook, but it was far from it. And because that pin is holding together so many small fragments of bone, my big concerns are the fact that the pin could have either moved out of place or it may not be healing at all. All this will be uncovered with one simple shot. All right, ready to go.
X-ray! Chris is in there X-raying Earl, and I'm just trying to stay positive.
All right, okay, that's good. In terms of its alignment, I'm still really happy with that, and the join is pretty neat. The good news is the pin is certainly still in place and exactly where I want it. There's no sign of infection there. The only downside is the fact these bones just aren't dense enough. Thankfully though, it's easily fixed with some calcium. All right.
Thank you.
X-rays, it's mostly good news.
Oh, good.
So those bones have actually started to come together.
Yeah.
They're doing it slowly.
Right.
The pin is providing that framework we need,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yep.
But the bones are still a little bit pale on the X-rays.
Right.
And they're not necessarily healing as quickly as I'd like. It probably seems strange that a joey that's being fed only milk could ever get a calcium deficiency. But when they're being fed these formulas, it's one formula for a whole lot of different kinds of animals. Joeys, however, need a lot more calcium than other animals.
A calcium supplement should help strengthen Earl's bones and assist in her recovery. Now Chris needs to remove her stitches and rebandage the leg.
I'm trying to do this firm but not too firm, just so you don't get the swelling like you had last time.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
Okay.
That bandage can stay on for a week. And really, we get through one more bandage change, so get ourselves to 2 weeks from now. I think we can look at our first hops.
That would be good. We're on a positive course now. She's a little fighter, you know, and it's just all paid off. Like, yeah, I can't thank Chris enough for what he's done to her, and I'm just positive that the end result will be wonderful for Earl.
All right.
Okay, I'll put it back in the pouch.
And safe trip home.
Think you will do.
For me, it's kind of a funny mix of emotions right now. I'm relieved that we've managed to get Earl to this point. I'm excited about what lies ahead, but at the same time, I'm not too cocky to think that things can't still go wrong. If we just stick to our guns, if we just do everything right from now on, then Earl could just have a beautiful life ahead.
Hello, Digger. How are you, Diggy dog? Let's have a look at you. Come on, mate. Out you come. Come on. Whoa! You're feeling a bit better, mate, aren't you? Hey? How good is that? You leapt into my arms, didn't you? Hey, how's your throat going?
At SASH, after a few days' rest, kelpie Digger is no longer struggling to breathe.
Looking pretty good, mate, aren't you? All that swelling's gone. You're swallowing all right? You had some breakfast, have you? What was the hospital food like, mate? Was it all right? I don't think Digger needs any surgery at the moment. It might be something that we need to do into the future. But at this stage, his swelling's come down, his throat's comfortable, he's eating well, he seems to be breathing fine, which is obviously the most important thing, and I think he can go home. Oh, he's a good dog. Should we go home and see Mum? What do you reckon? I reckon.
It's been an anxious few days for devoted owner Ingrid.
Without having Digger around has been really tough. Yeah, it's a very quiet place without that crazy kid around.
Good boy, Digger.
Diggy!
Where's Mum?
Hello, Bubba.
There he is.
Hello, darling. Look at you. Hello, sweetheart. Oh.
That's excitement for you.
Oh, little man.
So, Ingrid, do you think he's happy to see you, or just quietly?
I think I'm happier than he is. Hello, Bubba. Hello, did he look after you? What's your neck, sweetheart? What's your neck? Hello.
I'm so happy to have that little man back. It's just, yeah, it's beyond words. Thinking that he wasn't going to come home or he was going to be really sick for a long time was, yeah, a bit much to think about.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy. You want to come home? You want to come home?
Didn't want to get tears, but they were there. They were in the background. So yeah, he's our little man. He's just so much a part of our world, and to see him so happy, yeah, it was awesome.
Can you go shake hands? Sit down.
Sit down.
Shake hands.
Oh,
good boy. Say thank you.
It's been
Give
a
him a
pleasure.
kiss.
Digger was just so excited to see Ingrid, and you can see that they've got that really special bond, which is so lovely. And Digger's looking good. I think his throat looks a lot better, and I'm hopeful he can just go home and get on with his life.
Good boy. Wait till you see Daddy in red. Hey, good boy.
Everyone, just keep calm. Thank you. We will get to you as soon as we can, but in the meantime, just hold on and don't use the floor as a bathroom. Thank you.
7 little patients and handler Roberto have arrived at the Bondi Clinic to see Chris.
To put it mildly right now, there is mayhem. Running amok isn't going to help anyone. No, don't do that. They are about to tear this entire clinic apart. Okay, time for the next one.
These little rascals all need health checks and their first vaccinations.
Missing out on the fun, aren't you? Okay, temperature's fine.
They can then start training as assistance pups.
As funny as it is to see these puppies doing what puppies do, it's actually kind of encouraging. What this is showing is that these puppies have intelligence, they have an awareness, and they're inquisitive in their personalities. That's exactly what you need. Because once they're fully trained, these dogs live quite incredible lives. They can do everything from turn on light switches to open doors, pick up the phone. There is really no limit to what these guys can do. You gonna be okay? There we go. Look at you now.
It's been a struggle, but finally all the pups have had physicals and their vaccinations. Eventually they'll go into advanced training where they'll become the next generation of assistance dogs and help people with special needs.
Well, look, spots are taken, so we're just going to have to squeeze you in. And that there. There you go. All right.
Good job. Good job.
That was not simple, was it?
No. Thank you very much once again, Chris.
No worries at all. These guys have a huge future, and a future that's just so important and is going to change so many lives. But right now, I need to be just like them. Have a good lie down. Well, well, well. People say you don't get kangaroos in Bondi. How are you, Sandy?
Pretty good, how are you?
Hello, well.
2 weeks later in Bondi, it's time to find out if surgery on little orphan Joey Earl has been a success.
She has grown a lot.
Yes.
She's kind of almost part adult now when you look at her. That head of hers is like the real deal, aren't you?
6 weeks ago, Chris performed a risky operation on the little Roo.
Yeah, gee, that's not going to hold much. So we put a pin in, and I guess then splint. Yeah.
It was a marathon effort to try to repair the frail Joey's badly shattered leg.
The first thing to check really is this leg that has had the fracture is moving comfortably. If it is, then we know the pin's still in place and it should have healed up nicely.
All right. So obviously just like a human leg after it's had a plaster cast on it, it's going to be a little skinnier.
Yeah.
But it'll all start to recover. Good thing is, everything's the same length.
It looks good. Everything is in perfect alignment and there's no unexpected swelling. She's getting fidgety too, isn't she?
Yeah,
Like she really wants to get moving.
Yeah, she does. And, you know, like I didn't want her to put weight on that bad foot and ruin everything you've done.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We've finally got to the point now where having those feet
on the ground is the reality. But at the same time, it could be a dangerous reality because kangaroos love to hop and Earl's going to be in a hurry.
Oh well. You just feel your way there. How's that? Look at you.
Oh, you good girl.
She's using her front legs as well.
Yeah. I prayed for this to work out like this, and I'm absolutely just stoked she's mobile again.
Yeah.
You know.
Her first few steps, they're not confident, but at the same time, they're impressive. For a Joey that hasn't been able to walk for 8 weeks, to be able to gently move herself around like this takes a lot of courage, but also takes a bit of skill as well. She gets better after a few minutes, gets a balance, but then after a few minutes more, she gets tired.
I'm feeling relieved. That was my one wish and hope, that it was the day where, you know, the bandage comes off Earl and I see her put weight on there and I see it pointing in the right direction, the foot. And yeah, I just can't thank Chris enough for what he's done.
Well, she's all yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you've done for her.
She's had a big day
Yes, she is.
already.
Yeah.
I don't really like to say no or to believe that something isn't possible. And as you see Earl just taking those gentle steps around and seeing her senses light up, and you realise that this is why you do your job, is to give a second chance to those that may otherwise not have one. Feels pretty good.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danny Dusek from Bondi Vet. If you love our show and want to see more, plus some amazing content about pets and how to care for them, hit the subscribe button. Click that little notification bell and we'll see you on our next video.